Imagine that we lived in Venice, right? Have you ever been to Venice? So Venice is... Canals are to Venice what roads are to London, right? So you go everywhere. I mean, you can walk over bridges and stuff, but canals go everywhere. Canals, people get canal boat. They get a boat to work. They get a boat to the pub. Canals. So imagine you lived in Venice, and now I want you to just close your eyes, not if you're driving. Close your eyes and imagine that the road outside your house was a canal. All right? Have you done that? The road outside your house is a canal, okay? Now, some of your neighbours have got their toilets plumbed directly into the canal, and some of them have got their toilets plumbed into the sewage system, which takes it away to treatment plants where it is cleaned and rendered safe, okay? Now, that is a throwback to an era where we didn't prioritise water cleanliness as highly as we do now. So can you see your canal outside your house? All right. Dirty Gertie at number 30. Her toilet goes directly into the canal outside your house. And on a Sunday morning when it's been curry night the night before, my God, you know about it. Dirty Gertie at number 30's toilet outlet is about 12 yards from your front door. If you've got the window open overnight, you can tell what she had for tea. All right? That's Dirty Gertie at number 30. So let's say that maybe 15-20% of the houses on your road are plumbed directly into the canal, whereas 80 to 85% of them see their sewage, see the poo and wee-wee making its way into the sewage system and then being taken away. Along comes Sadiq Khan, right? Or indeed the councils or the mayors in all the other places that have got successful ULEZ schemes. And he insists that if you don't plumb your toilet into the sewers instead of the canal, Dirty Gertie at number 30, then we're going to start charging you. The only way we can get you to change your behaviour is by penalising you for not changing it. We've done incentives. Here's some money to help you install a new toilet. Hopefully it'll be more than enough to do the job. You won't actually end up out of pocket at all. But if you don't do it, if you leave your toilet plumbed into the canal, we're going to charge you £12.50 a day until you get it sorted. All right? Now, would anybody turn around at that point and say that's a money-making scheme? That is. Nobody wants these people to change their plumbing arrangements. They're just trying to raise money out of Dirty Gertie at number 30's lavatory. It's just stupid to claim that. I mean, truly stupid. I apologise if you believe it or you've fallen for that, because I am calling you stupid. But I'm only saying it's stupid to believe it. I'm not saying you are a stupid person, because if you were a stupid person, you'd still believe it after I've just explained to you why it's stupid. And now you know why it's stupid. You no longer believe it. Therefore, you're not a stupid person. So that's what they're doing. That, to me, is what the ULEZ is. Except it's not water into which filth is being pumped. It's the air we breathe, to the point where we know that it causes deaths. Now, you can dispute the statistics, but don't dispute them with your Auntie Doris's Facebook page. Dispute them with the scientists, the consensus of scientists on the issue. Look at what they say. Look at what they urge. Look at what the doctors say. Don't look at what some 15-minute city crusader says or some anti-vaxxer. Look at what the doctors say. Unless, of course, when your kid gets sick, you're going to take them to a consultation with a GBB's presenter instead of with a GP. If that is your true choice, I'll trust him to do it, not her. That's fine. If that's the choice you want, well, actually, it's not. We should phone social services. But if you get sick and you're going to go to a Facebook forum instead of to a doctor, then I guess you have a point. But that, to me, is the fundamental point here. I'm quite pleased with that.
Oh, James, I'm so happy having this conversation. First of all, my stance on the ULEZ is totally unnecessary. And I'd love you to stop making out like it's a right-wing attitude that...
I didn't. I never said that.
Well, you kind of... Right,
no, I didn't. I contrasted between the scientists and the doctors who say that it's necessary and the people
on the MOT,
who didn't.
And that will clean the whole air of London with no extra charges. Do it
This is why I don't do ULEZ phone-ins.
Sorry?
This is why I don't do ULEZ phone-ins.
Anyway, let me say something about Keir Starmer.
All right.
Keir Starmer, even though I disagree with this ULEZ thing, because once you've got LTN...
This is why I don't do them.
He's
off again. You just literally said you were going to talk about something interesting, and you've gone back to this again.
All right, Keir Starmer, as far as I'm concerned, right, everyone thinks he's going to win. He's not going to win.
Right.
The guy is weak. His stance on this does not surprise me. I'm West Indian. I was brought up a Labour
But you like his stance. He's stepped back from supporting the thing that you're opposed to.
No. Listen to me.
I am. That's how I know what you just said.
It does not surprise me.
Yeah.
And I tell you why.
Yeah.
I tell you why. If it was someone else, they would look at the whole thing about cleaning air in London, right?
Right.
In a different way. It's always got to be about money. There's a different way to do it. That's a lot fairer.
Let me read you some. Let me
know.
No, John, I have to speak now, John, because that's what people tune in for. Okay, here's a story from last month. Hundreds of doctors have urged politicians to stand firm on initiatives to tackle air pollution, warning that they see its devastating health consequences in patients on a daily basis. Air pollution is the single largest environmental risk to public health, linked to between 28,000 and 36,000 UK deaths a year. The estimated cost to the NHS and social care of air pollutants is estimated to be £1.6 billion between 2017 and 2025. So that's where I get my...
Can I respond to you?
No, you can't answer the question until I've asked it. No, that's impossible, isn't it? So that's where I get my information from. In 2 sentences, where do you get yours from?
My information is through driving, right, and living in London. Wait a second. Right, and seeing the problem, what's happening right now.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right now.
So you get your information.
Wait a second.
No, you keep saying, wait a second. I've listened to you talk a lot, and you haven't said anything remotely interesting yet.
Because you have a thing called LTNs.
Oh, he's done it again.
James?
So where do you get your information from about the medical establishment's approach to clean air legislation? Where do you go for your information, mate?
You see, you do this.
I know. It's so annoying, isn't it? I insist that you answer substantive questions instead of whining on about LTNs. Where do you go?
No, wait a second.
No, I'm not waiting a second. I'm giving you one more chance to answer the question. Where do you go? I go to doctors.
I am not disagreeing with what you're saying.
Well, good. Flipping it, John. I mean, honestly, it's as if you decided today to prove to everybody listening why I have such historical antipathy to conversations of subjects like this. I did a 22-minute introduction trying to steer clear of the rocks onto which you've just steered our collective vessel. It's a conversation about Keir Starmer's approach to politics. You don't like him because he changes his mind. He's just changed his mind to agree with you. But LTN, 28 after 11. Steve's in Sheffield. Steve, pressure's on, mate. I might abandon this subject in the next news bulletin if you don't raise the bar a bit.
No, I apologise, but I think the problem is, James, when we speak quietly to people, they get angry when we don't believe them.
Yes.
And I think also applying the O'Brien elf sometimes doesn't work.
What's
that?
As
in the evidence, logic and facts.
No, on this. Well, I guess the evidence, logic and facts are a bit debatable, but on the question of Starmer's apparent flip-flopping...
So I think he's playing a blinder. Well,
he's
not saying much in general. OK, he can't lose the North. He can't lose the Red Wall.
Yeah.
He's getting a lot of the moderate Tories at the moment because they're kind of going, and Tories aren't an option. The hardcore Tories aren't really liking Sunak because he's not far enough right for them. The right-wing media needs something to latch on with Starmer because they've got nothing.
Yes.
After the random curry that they tried to batter, they've got nothing. So Starmer's keeping himself quiet. He can't say too much because he needs the red wall. He can't say too much on the other side because the right-wing media will attack him. So actually,
but this is the problem I have. At some point, because this is what frustrated me one of the things that frustrated me so much about Jeremy Corbyn. At some point, they're going to have to stand up and win some of these fights with the right-wing media, aren't they?
Now, he will. When it comes to the election, and I think the legal is at 3 months, they've got to have the same airtime to put policies across. That's when he can, because that's when he knows he can get his argument across. Then, when he becomes Prime Minister, then he can put things out to the media.
So that's where I was, and that's where I want to be. You think the mask comes off when he gets power, when he gets into Downing Street.
But also, he gets to put more of his policies across. You don't go and give your team sheet away.
No.
Too far before a game.
And actually, there is a logic to what you say, because what is the point of having this fight now? I heard George Monbiot on with Nick earlier, and he was saying, well, because you won't have a mandate when you get into Downing Street. I disagreed, actually. I thought, well, it doesn't matter, because you're going to bring it in. It'll be like ULEZ was in London. Everyone will kick off about it, and then it'll happen, and everyone will be, that's gone all right then. That's gone quite well.
People have very short memories.
They certainly do.
You say stuff now, they'll forget about it in months' time. You've got to batter it when you've got equal media time.
You might be onto something here. Marks out of 10 for my sewage analogy?
I'd give it about an 8.
Oh.
To be fair.
Oh, we were getting on so well.
No, it's okay.
I thought it was
very good.
Oh, no, it's all right, mate. I thought it was an 11.